Steph, what do you think you guys got out of this 2-game set? Did you learn something? Was it kind of a playoff situation where you're making adjustments, you're making tweaks to try to figure out, the best way to play this team?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that because of how poorly we played in Phoenix, turning the ball over, just rushing on offense. I think defensively we were solid in both games. We're good enough to win. Just offensively, kind of got out of whack down there. Tonight we fouled too much, which you can't do in a playoff game. But I feel like it's just an understanding of they're a really good team. Like we talked about, they're the Western Conference champs, and if you do get in a series, you got a good feel of what they do, how they play, the intentions of every guy that steps foot on the floor. Obviously, with Book out, we don't have Klay. It's gonna look different. Christmas Day, it'll look different in March when we play them, and possibly look different in a playoff series. So, kind of take it for what it is. Good bounce back win for us, though.
How much of your success in this matchup is going to be reliant on Draymond handling the Ayton assignment and kind of everything that comes with that?
I mean, Ayton improved in terms of just his feel, his touch. He keeps things simple, and he's a presence down there. So, I mean, Draymond will take that assignment for parts of the game. Loon will do his job. If Wise is back, we'll see what that looks like. But when we do go small and Dre's at the 5, he can do what he does. It's not a matchup in the league that you don't like Draymond in, favored in on the defensive end. So just make those adjustments, get a feel for it, because last year we didn't really get too many looks at it. So we'll keep making adjustments.
Steph, 19-3, just beat the reigning Western Conference champions, and you guys are soon going to get back one of the best shooters on the planet. Considering how good you guys are right now, is there a sense that you guys haven't even tapped into your guys' potential yet?
We're staying in the moment. We understand this first part of the season was big for us to get off to a good start. 19-3 is an amazing record. Not just that, it's how we're playing and building an identity on both ends of the floor. But we also know, like you said, we got Klay coming back. When he does come back, there's going to be an adjustment, and you're giving yourself an opportunity to not ease him back, because I know he wants to come back and be himself, but hopefully with as little pressure on him just to go out and play and have fun, whenever that is. And then, for that last third of the season, really gear into our rotation, our confidence in who we're going to be going into, April, May, and June. So I just like where we are right now. We got good vibes around what we're doing. It's good energy. We've bounced back from tough losses really well. So we're handling our business right now.
Steph, as someone who's seen, so many defenses and who particularly likes the challenge of figuring them out, what are your thoughts about what makes Mikal Bridges unique and his potential as a defender, especially since you probably will see him many times?
He's pretty disciplined. He's obviously got size and length. His wingspan is crazy, so he can clog up space when he's, either trailing a pick and roll or closing out or whatever the case is. But a lot of it is I have a counter for everything. You just have to figure it out. And depending on how much attention you do get, because, one-on-one, it's tough to stop anybody in this league. And obviously I can figure out those situations, but there's always going to be help. And they're a very disciplined 5-man defense too, knowing where help's coming from and all that type of stuff. So I think we just slowed down a little bit today, which was, led to better possessions on that end of the floor. He's going to do his job. He's going to be relentless and disciplined. We can't beat ourselves, and I can't beat myself in terms of getting myself in situations I don't need to be in, and I can still be effective.
Do you have an appreciation for a young guy as talented as that who's deciding to be like a defensive guy? Like, you know, you've
He's
gone
a
against
smart man. He knows how to get paid in this league. Smart man.
Steph, as a group, does it mean any more to snap that kind of winning streak?
Yes, because we lost to him already. You don't want them to come in your building and keep that streak going. Obviously, no, it doesn't mean much, but just our 19th win. But it is nice to protect your home court, and something's got to give. And we've had a really good home record and a nice streak going ourselves here in this building. So rather keep ours going than let theirs live.
Klay's obviously behind the scenes playing in a lot more game settings. The buzz has been pretty good. What have you seen of Klay?
Thank God he still remembers how to shoot the ball. That hasn't changed at all. Seems like he's got a good pep in the step and, good energy out there, just his body movements and all that. It's hard to get a feel for like the speed and intensity of. We watched it on film. They showed a highlight package of, I think, the second scrimmage they had down in Santa Cruz, and most of his shots, and it looked like he was just out there confident, having fun, knocking them down. I know he talks about his wind, and obviously he's been out, as long as he has. That's going to take time, and I think the good part about just seeing him commit to what this process is that it's working, and that he's feeling a little bit more and more like himself with every rep he gets. And then when the time is to translate that to getting him back, in real game settings, he'll be ready. So it's great to see.
Can you talk about the energy or the rapport maybe among players coming off the bench? I mean, Juan and Gary obviously had big games tonight, and it seems like you're getting so much production out of that crew. Otto the other night, or last week, I guess. What kind of personality and cohesion are you getting, do you think, from that group?
It's our identity in terms of what they know they can do to impact games. I know, like, GP is relentless on the ball defensively, but he had that confidence on the offensive end tonight to give us a huge spark. He had, 3 big threes, timely shots. He found, those cutting angles, and he contributed on that end. So it gave us even more of a bonus. And then Juan, obviously, in terms of, I'm sure he was a little critical of himself on Tuesday when, things didn't go his way. He figured out the adjustments he needed to make and had a hell of a night. So we always have the ability to go deep into our bench and find, who might have the hot hand, who might be, impacting the game, that particular night. But opportunity is there, and that's huge in terms of keeping everybody engaged and understanding that over the course of 82 games and in a playoff series, you got to have guys step up. And we're trying to prove that that's going to matter in games that matter down the stretch. So I'm excited about guys stepping into those roles for sure.
Steph, is there kind of a transition to like, we want to get to a good start, we want to feel good about it, we want to be in rhythm, to we might be one of the 2, 3, 4 best teams in the league, and have you guys kind of made that mental transition?
Yeah, we're very confident in how we size up with anybody any given night. We can beat any team in this league. Last year we could say that, but didn't prove it very often, maybe down the stretch of the season. But we really understand that what we do and how we do it is pretty lethal on both ends of the floor. With with some question marks coming in terms of, obviously Klay's return, and just getting through the meat of the season where you just maintain that. So there's no shying away. We definitely know we're a great team, and find different ways to win games. Have different guys step up who we rely on, coming off the bench every night. Wiggs stepping into his role in this team and being, extremely confident in his abilities and how he helps win, impact winning. JP taking that next step in his career with all the work that he's put in. Like, there's so many people you could identify, like, have stepped up in meaningful ways and who weren't a part of those championship years, and that's a big or a good feeling to have, knowing we hopefully can be in that position at the end of the year.
Do you have a favorite Andres Biedrins story?
Oh man, Goose. That's a good Goose story. I don't have like a good story I can tell y'all, but I do know he was my Lake Merritt buddy back in Oakland. I lived at 1200 Lakeshore. He lived on the other side at I think it was called the Grand or some building over there. And he used to brag because he had a jacuzzi like crane lifted onto his patio over there, and nobody else had that feature. So he used to brag about he had the best spot in the city in downtown Oakland. So as a rookie, I had no idea what it would take to make that happen for myself. But that's my guy. I still don't know, but yeah,
Maybe someday.
all good.
Two quick on Zoom. Christos and then Mark. Go ahead, Christos.
Hello, Steph. Congratulations on the win, first of all. What is that aspect that made you so good, especially on home court? And do you believe that you are a championship caliber team with that depth that you have this season?
Our defense is the most consistent thing about us, and that obviously is started and led by Draymond and what he's been doing all year, and that's given us a huge boost and an edge at home, especially when the crowd gets into it and you get stops, at least the easy baskets and the fun style that we play. And definitely feel like we're a championship caliber team, and we're only going to continue to get better and put ourselves in the best position possible, going into a playoff run.
All right, last one for Mark.
Hey, Steph, you played against Chris Paul, over the years a lot of times. Being that you guys are two of the best point guards in the league, what it's like playing against a guy like that?
It brings out the best in you. It's talked about a lot of, obviously, me watching him in the AAU circuits and high school career back in North Carolina, and the relationship we had when I was just coming out of college and working out with him and understanding what it meant to be a pro and all that type of stuff. And now, the kind of constant battles we've had over the years with the Clippers and Houston and all that. So now with Phoenix, like it's just dope to see the evolution of both of our careers, obviously, but the fact that we're still in a situation where we're playing meaningful games, and like I said, it brings the best out of you for sure. So as long as we can continue to have those type of opportunities, it means you're doing something right.